Is the price you see on the cruise line website really the total price you're paying for your cruise vacation? Cruises are sometimes considered all-inclusive, but in reality, there's quite a few hidden costs that can quickly add up, impacting your budget and potentially even forcing you to spend more than you planned. Now, it's easy to believe that the cost you're paying for the cruise itself will be equal to your total vacation amount, but it's simply not true. There's way more stuff that you have to factor in when you're planning your cruise budget. Understanding these overlooked costs and learning how to minimize them or avoid them or just plan for them can really help you to enjoy a more affordable and predictable cruise experience. In this video, we're going to explore the top 10 hidden cruise travel expenses that are out there and provide you some tips on how to save money on your next cruise. If you're new here, I'm Sherry with CruiseTipsTV.com. Welcome everybody. With over 20 years of cruise experience, our website, our podcast, Cruise Tips TV Unplugged, and our informational videos will inspire you to make every cruise your dream cruise. And we'd love to invite you to subscribe. If you're already part of our community, know that those thumbs up make a huge difference on every single video. So thank you in advance for tapping the thumbs up button. Let's get to the list, everybody. Here is how to save money on hidden cost number 1. This is a big one. Shore excursions. Shore excursions can be a significant expense and they're often overlooked by cruisers. Just don't think about it. Booking through the cruise line is certainly convenient and it feels safe, but it's usually a lot more expensive, especially in spots like Alaska, where the tour costs are already way higher than other cruise destinations, hundreds of dollars per day per excursion sometimes. To save money, you're going to want to research and book excursions through operators outside the cruise line with similar return to ship guarantees as the cruise lines. We're going to link to our favorite provider, the Shore Excursion Group, down in the description below so you can research some inexpensive and less crowded tours on your cruise. Exploring ports independently can also be great and cost-effective, especially if you plan ahead. Definitely walk around and enjoy yourself without paying a penny more. Number 2 is a big one, specialty dining. Specialty dining venues on cruise ships offer awesome, unique culinary experiences, but they come with extra charges, almost always. And they can really add up fast if they're not managed and budgeted for. Now, to minimize the costs, you're going to want to limit those visits to specialty restaurants and take advantage of included dining options like the main dining room and even those special theme nights at the ship's buffet restaurant. Sometimes they'll even have like lobster, crab legs, you never know. If you still want to book specialty dining, which a lot of people do, I love specialty dining, look for the dining packages offered by the cruise line for potential savings. Like Royal Caribbean, for example, they have these multi-night dining packages that can save you hundreds of dollars, but you have to book them well in advance of your cruise because they can sell out. But trust me on this, you've got to book the packages, especially if you're cruising with Royal Caribbean. Number 3, beverage packages. Alcohol, specialty coffee, and specialty non-alcoholic drinks are often not even included in your cruise fare. And beverage packages can be super convenient, but they may not always be the best deal. You're going to want to assess your drinking habits to determine if a package is worthwhile for you. So consider bringing your own wine, water, or soda on board where permitted. Some cruise lines don't allow it, to reduce those costs. Here's a few questions that you can ask yourself to think about the drink package and really determine if it's worth it for you. Number 1, how many drinks am I going to consume per day? What are they going to cost? Does my cruise itinerary have a lot of port days where I'm going to be ashore? I'm not even going to be on the ship to take advantage of that drink package. Sometimes though, packages are worth it. And if you just don't want to deal with thinking about the cost of every single cocktail, every bottle of water, every coffee, every soda you buy, you might find it's just more relaxing to buy the drink package so you're not seeing that mounting bill every time you step up to a bar or a coffee shop to place your order. Number 4, internet and Wi-Fi. I don't know why this one frustrates me so much, but it does. Internet access on cruises is just becoming more and more expensive, but it's still slow on so many cruise lines. And this cost, this extra, is frequently overlooked by travelers, and it can add hundreds of dollars to the overall cruise fare. So to save money, check out ships with free or discounted Wi-Fi packages if you book them in advance. You can also utilize free Wi-Fi in port cities or embrace a digital detox during your cruise if you're really brave. Now, we like to contact our cell provider before we cruise to ask about international rates. We find that it can be cheaper to use AT&T's International Day Pass, for example. Now, you can only do this while you're in port, but I do this instead of buying the cruise ship internet package. Again, it only works on those port days because you're just connecting to your cell phone provider on your port days to check email and internet. So if you can wait to check email on those days, you guys, you can save so much money on internet packages. Number 5 is kind of unavoidable: gratuities and service charges. These daily gratuities and service charges are a necessary expense to plan for a cruise, but lots of new cruisers don't know just how much they're actually going to cost, and they're not factored into what you see on the website. So you got to think about paying about $14 to $20 extra per person per day in gratuities and service charges. These charges can kind of accumulate and lead to a large bill by the end of your cruise. To manage these costs, remember, you can't eliminate them, but you can manage them. Check and see if the gratuities can be prepaid when booking. The prepayment kind of helps psychologically. It helps you incorporate the expenses into your overall budget, preventing that end of the cruise downer with that bill. Also, before you add an extra tip to your bar bill and your spa visit bill, check to see if they've already added that gratuity or service charge to the bill. Of course, you can tip extra if you'd like to the bartender or the person who gives you your massage, but don't feel obligated to. Just know that you might already be charged for it, so you don't want to automatically add a tip until you check. Number 6, spa and fitness services. We were just talking about spa services a moment ago. These spa services and fitness classes are super fun, they're enticing, but they can be really costly. And they're usually not included in your cruise fare. But here's some hacks to save money. To make sure you pay less, look for spa specials or discounts on port days when the demand is lower. Everybody's off the ship. And ask if the spa offers multi-treatment discounts. For example, some cruise lines offer 10% off your first treatment, 20% off the second, and 30% off the third. You can also utilize free fitness classes and the facilities on board instead of paid classes. There's lots of fitness options that are totally free. Number 7, laundry services. Laundry services on a cruise can be unexpectedly pricey, especially for stuff like pressing and dry cleaning if you absolutely have to do it. To minimize these costs, we've got you. Number 1, pack enough clothing for the trip, of course, if you can, or bring some travel-size laundry detergent like soap suds to wash stuff out in your cabin sink. Now, some ships offer self-service laundry facilities, which are awesome, and they're really economical, like $3 for a wash load, $3 for a dry load. It's not too bad, but sometimes they're just not available on certain cruise ships. You can also buy laundry packages on some ships, but they're usually only available on 1 or 2 days during your cruise, with some exceptions. So ask your cabin steward early in the cruise if a package or a fill-a-bag type laundry promotion is coming. Holland America offers those every day. Norwegian offers them here and there. Every cruise line is different. Number 8, photographs. Professional photographs taken by cruise staff are popular souvenirs, but they can be really expensive. To save some money, limit the number of photos you buy and use your own camera or smartphone to capture those memories. Some cruise lines offer some pretty great photo packages at discounted rates if they're purchased in advance. Of course, it doesn't cost anything to pose for those photos. Good thing to know, you don't have to pay money just to walk up and try it out and see what it looks like. They only charge you if you buy them. Now, here is an awesome tip for you. I think this is my favorite tip of the whole video. Take your smartphone or your camera outside on the promenade deck or open decks during magic hour, also known as golden hour. You may have heard photographers talk about this. This is that time of evening before the sun sets, and the sun emits this glowing golden light that makes everything look gorgeous. Most photographers agree this is the time of day that is the absolute best time to photograph. Give it a try, and you're probably going to fall in love with this cruise ritual, and it's going to save you so much money on photos. You can do it at sunrise too, but who's up and dressed at that hour? I'm certainly not looking photo ready. Number 9 is a big one. Transportation to and from your port, your hotel, all of that. Getting to and from the cruise port can be a significant and often overlooked expense. To save money, compare your transportation options, book your flights early, and do not overlook rideshare options like Uber or Lyft. Typically, they're cheaper than cruise line shuttles, and they're going to get you there faster and without the crowds. It's so nice just to have your own private car. Now, if you're driving to your cruise, look for off-site parking options with lower rates. Nothing right by the cruise ship. It's probably going to be more pricey. Or look at park and stay hotel options where you can just leave your car while you cruise. Those are often a lot cheaper. Number 10 can really sneak up on you. Onboard activities and entertainment. While lots of onboard activities and shows are included on cruises, most have lots of free stuff. There's some experiences like special shows, dinner theater type stuff, casino types of things, casino games, bingo, certain classes. These things sneak up on you and they come with additional fees. And those costs can really add up because you get caught up in the excitement when you're on the cruise and the employees are selling it to you. So to minimize them, choose these included activities and entertainment options, but set a budget for them in advance so you don't go overboard. All right, you guys, this was the first in our two-part series on hidden cruise costs. Stay tuned for another video on some less obvious, kind of sneaky expenses to watch for, because there are more. By being aware of this stuff, these hidden cruise costs, and planning ahead, you can enjoy a more budget-friendly cruise vacation. Plan ahead, make informed choices, and keep an eye on your spending while you're on the cruise to make the most of that cruise without breaking the bank. Before you go, jump into the comments below and tell us what was the most surprising hidden cruise cost for you on your first cruise. Or if you're a newbie, if you're preparing for that first cruise, let us know your biggest concern, like what's freaking you out about the cost of cruising. We'd really love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.